Surveillance video captures the chaos of one of those shootings on George Street in Roxbury, where you can see people ducking for cover and hiding behind a truck while shots are fired and fireworks are going off. This is where police say 6 people were shot and one of them was killed.
And that's the Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox saying the shootings happening in Roxbury on Blue Hill Avenue, George Street, Fayston Street, Horden Way, and in Dorchester on Draper Street just before midnight on July 4th.
One of those killings that happened last night happened right in Exit Fame's neighborhood. And if you haven't noticed, that's the same neighborhood me and him stood right in those same spots and shot our video for my channel at.
So what's this neighborhood right here? This is your neighborhood where you grew up.
Right. So this is Fayston Street. Literally, this is Perth Street, the line between Roxbury, Dorchester, from that side to that side, man. And yeah, man, this is my childhood, man. This is where I came up. This is where I grew up. This is where, you know, my whole childhood is where.
But at this point, police haven't said if they are connected. Now, according to Boston police, the first shooting happened just before 11 o'clock last night. They say they got a call that someone had been shot near 13 Fayston Street in Dorchester. Officers found a man who'd been hurt. He was taken to a local hospital with life-threatening injuries. Because of his injuries, and they are so critical, the Boston Homicide Unit is currently leading that investigation. Now, Boston police say the second shooting happened about 40 minutes later, around 11:30 p.m. near 500 Blue Hill Ave. That's about a 10-minute walk or a mile away from that first shooting. That person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries as well. Boston EMS did tell us overnight, though, that 3 people from the Blue Hill Ave shooting were taken to the hospital. No word at this point on how they are doing. Now,
13 people were shot in 5 separate shootings overnight. We're told 2 people are dead so far. That all happened as crowds, of course, gathered across the city.
From fireworks to firearms, the 4th of July in Boston turned violent. Police went to 5 different crime scenes overnight where at least 13 people were shot. 2 of those shootings turned deadly. The first came just after 12:30 Sunday morning on Blue Hill Avenue. 1 person died, 3 others were hurt and went to the hospital. Then, less than 3 hours later, police went to another shooting on George Street where 6 people were shot. 1 person died and another has life-threatening injuries.
City officials will not be satisfied until there is no violence anywhere in the city of Boston. We know that there's always more work to do, and that more and more we are seeing the prevalence of...
Police Officers Union says 6 officers were struck by fireworks during a dangerous street takeover last night. 3 of those officers were taken to the hospital. And sadly, that's just one example of violence that erupted in Boston over the holiday weekend.
The mayor, the DA, and Boston's police commissioner all saying that violence will not stand in this city.
It was a long and difficult night last night.
City Councilor Ed Flynn is calling for a summit to address violence in the city.
We want to make sure that every neighborhood is safe.
Yet Mayor Wu still claims Boston is the safest city in the country. And we'll take a look at what happened in California too, because it was outrageous.
That's my truth. They slapped a number on my name, no more faces. A still bed, dreams in confined spaces. The walls don't whisper, they scream and groan. This place ain't a system, it's a swallowing stone. I heard the lies through the screen's cold glow. They don't fix what's broken, they just let it grow. It's the number they gave me, not the name I was born. It's a tag they stitch where my soul was torn. Corrections infected, that's what they do. W number, yeah, that's my truth. Yeah. W number.
Surveillance video captures the chaos of one of those shootings on George Street in Roxbury, where you can see people ducking for cover and hiding behind a truck while shots are fired and fireworks are going off. This is where police say 6 people were shot and one of...
Hey, what's going on, guys? My bad. I couldn't get that screen off for whatever reason. My Instagram was glitching on me real quick. But what's the word, guys? we got some serious news to report across the country. This isn't just about Boston tonight, but it is a lot about Boston. Mayor Wu, just the state of the city in general. And, you know, it's almost not even just 4th of July. Just as of recently, I know personally a few people who were involved in lost their lives in shootings. And so the city's definitely turned up recently. But, you know, just I live in the projects too. So I see, you know, the craziest shit going on. Like, this is where it's happening. These are the block parties. These are, you know, this is where everybody's at. This is where it's going to happen. If it's going to happen, is in Dorchester, you know, Southie, these other neighborhoods. Because surprisingly, in Boston last night, there was not one incident of violence or a shooting in any of the main Boston scenes, like where the fireworks were all up and down the Charles River, you know, all downtown. There wasn't even one incident of a shooting. It was all in the neighborhoods down in Dorchester and Roxbury, right? Those two neighborhoods seen 5 different incidents of shootings, 2 people dead, 11 people injured, and there's, you know, some videos floating around of these incidents. And oh shit, we're gonna get to a few of them. All right, this is one of the hold on. So I was sharing one before that I want to make sure I share the right one. But how's everybody doing right now? What's good, chat? Happy to be watching you on my big screen. Me too, my dude. What's up, Lindsay? How are you? Happy late 4th. Happy late 4th to you as well. Edward Nigma. Don't know what I'm sending, but I hope it helps. You're sending a comment from what I can see, and it definitely helps. Everything helps. Comments, super chats. If you want to support the W number, the Cash App is running along the bottom. Is the same with the PayPal. High school, what's up, man? Everybody in the chat, everybody here to watch me live. I appreciate you very much. Peter Lamont, what's up, my guy? God bless. I just like to say a small prayer too for everybody suffering and that has went through, you know, some trauma over the weekend or lost somebody in their family, or, you know, lost their, you know, basically didn't wake up the next day, you know, their souls, hopefully they made it to heaven. I would just like to say a prayer for everybody going through something right now, you know, just hopefully everybody's all right and God bless them. But so let me tell you across the country what we're looking at, right? And so I got my little nifty note-taking book, right? So this year, 6,604 shootings across the U.S., right? In last night alone, 43 people were killed in shootings across the U.S. over the 4th of July weekend. Hundreds more were injured, and the gun violence archive. Okay, so we could start right there because I have so much information that I couldn't even possibly. Hold on here. Let me go to share screen. Boom. Share screen. So this is the gun violence archive, right? A 10-year review, but hold on. They just updated it July 6th, 2026, as you can see right here, if you can see my pointer, right? It says the homicide/murder/unintentional, I think it's just something gun violence, deadly gun violence or something, right? But there's 6,618 deaths, right? The total number of injuries, 12,251. Mass shootings this year so far, 228. Mass murders, 11. Number of children killed, 115 children. Injured, 205 children. I mean, look, I'm not against guns, right? That is not my style at all. I don't give a shit. What is up with this fucking screen, dude? It's this thing's acting all the way up. Look at the way this is sharing right now. What the fuck is that? All right, let's put it there. Having a little bit of a moment, dude. That's all, bro. Shit. Fucking super aggravating. It always seems like the heat in the holidays make people crazy. Fact, bro. I really think that, you know, it's not just the heat though. We can't reduce it to just heat. I think it's a whole bunch of different circumstances, but hold on. Let's watch this real quick. Hold on. Let me go over here and make sure I'm sharing right. All right. So look at this, right? Good thing I fucking look. All right. So check it out, guys, right? This, what we're looking at right here, is super controversial, right? They made this man take down his American flag because it was a Somalian flag day, right? Hold on. Check it out. Let's watch it. You guys could decide for yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we apologize. It's,
You rent the defense?
Yeah.
Do
No,
whatever
I
you want
understand.
with it.
That's it.
So,
I've been in
nice
these
looking
situations.
flag.
Yeah, well, that's great. It doesn't do any
Yeah.
good when it's taken down. Making me take the flag down. The city of Boston complained. Terrible, terrible. Put that Somali flag up in 2 seconds.
I mean, how crazy is this? Let me set up what you just saw. So the gentleman in that video is...
So check it out. Wait for this. The ball hasn't even dropped yet on this story, dude. Wait for this, dude. Mayor Wu is something else.
Robert Burke. He's running for Congress in Massachusetts, and he decided that it was appropriate to put up an American flag in City Hall in Boston. That's City Hall right there. Ugliest City Hall in America, by the way, built in an architectural dark age like the 60s, 70s, just a gross building. But he wanted to do it in Boston this week, America's 250th birthday, after the mayor of Boston, Michelle Wu, celebrated Somali Independence Day and raised the Somali flag over City Hall. And officials, you just saw, they forced him to take it down. And when you look right across the street, there's a Somali flag. There it is, flapping in the wind in Boston. Here's the mayor, Michelle Wu, celebrating Somali Independence Day.
Somalia's Independence Day serves as a powerful symbol of freedom, unity, and then the enduring fight for justice and dignity for all communities. Now, therefore, I, Michelle Wu, Mayor of the City of Boston, do hereby proclaim Friday, June 26, 2026, to be Somali Flag Raising Day in the City of Boston.
Okay, I'll just say the people that are from Somalia that are here for a reason, because Somalia is a third world disaster. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. They don't even have a proper government. We don't even recognize what they do have. Robert Burke is running for Congress in the 8th Congressional District in Massachusetts against Democrat Stephen Lynch, who's been in Congress for the last 25 years. Robert, good to see you. Who exactly was that telling you to take down the American flag?
It was one of Michelle Wu's assistant minions, probably. She wouldn't give me her last name. I had asked her twice who she was, who was her immediate supervisor. But welcome to Woken Wooville.
Yeah,
that's what happens here.
And why does anyone here?
No, he definitely coined that phrase right there, dude. Woken Wooville, bro. I'm putting that on the thumbnail. It's already on the thumbnail, and I'm gonna fucking dude. That's gonna be my new thing, the Woken Wooville. That's what I'm calling Massachusetts from now on until she's gone.
And I mean this seriously. Why does anyone in Boston or anyone else here in the U.S. care about raising a Somali flag in an American city?
Well, I mean, my whole position was I was going into the FIFA celebration. They had like a watch party. I've been in there before, so I was going to bring the flag for that purpose. And then I heard that Michelle Rudeau there was going to raise a Somali flag. And I said, listen, if they're going to raise a Somali flag, which is a foreign independence, I think we should raise our flag, the 250th anniversary of our country, and forget about this Somali stuff. You know, that was the whole point. I just happened to be going through there to go to the watch party there, basically.
You know, one of the first things you do in battle, when you win a battle, think Iwo Jima, think the American Revolution. The first thing you do is raise your flag over whoever you've vanquished, over their fort or the field or whatever. And this is now happening. Politicians are doing this like it's a good thing, like we're celebrating this. And I wanted to have you on because I'm from Massachusetts. The shot heard around the world. You know, Paul Revere's Midnight Ride, John Adams, Sam Adams, Bunker Hill, the Boston Tea Party, and they're honoring an East African third world country, people that have nothing to do with the founding of this nation 250 years ago, just days before our birthday. Why would they do that, in your opinion?
Because they can. I'm from the area, Rob. Our family lived in the same house for 131 years, same phone numbers since 1914, and they're all carpetbaggers. None of them are from the Boston area.
Right.
They don't understand clam chowder. They don't know what it means to go down the Cape.
Right.
They just don't know this stuff.
That's where I'm from, is down the Cape.
Hey,
kid,
what
I'm
up?
a Kennedy, not a Kennedy. I was there in February. I didn't just go down in July like Ted Kennedy.
Listen, it's just one thing.
Okay, then.
After another with these people, okay?
Yeah.
It's all like today. I drove in today to go to the GOP to get some credentials for Dallas, And I'm looking at the back on Congress Street, looking at that ugly city hall. Okay,
It's the ugliest
And
building.
I say they changed that flag. They had a welcome FIFA International Day, and they put that big bad boy up just because they got caught.
Right.
It was unbelievable.
It
true.
is. All right, let me play a soundbite. This is Michelle Wu talking about the importance of the Somali people in Boston.
This is great.
You cannot talk about any achievement that the city of Boston has had in safety, jobs, and economic development, in education, without talking about the Somali community.
How can we not talk about any of that without talking about the Somali community? Because to tell you the truth, the Somali community is actually pretty small in Massachusetts. Even if there is a decent amount of them, the percentage of them compared to everybody else, the newness of their fight in their cause, right? Because didn't they just start evacuating their country just recently? And also, you know, this is pretty predictable. We'll get into it right after this video is over, but you know, you can pretty much see this coming. But it's like a competition. Who could be the biggest douchebag in the Democratic Party, bro? And it's like, you know, I'm not a Republican, a Democrat. I'm a strictly independent person, dude. I will go with what's right on both sides of the board if I have to. But it's like if you're a Democrat or a Republican, it's like a fucking competition. Who could be the biggest idiot and do the most outrageous shit? You know, it's the 4th of July, the celebration of our country, and you're gonna make it the Somali flag raising day a day before. Are you fucking mentally retarded? I'm sorry. That is ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous.
That has lifted our city up. We are proud and we are grateful for our Somali community and for our Somali American neighbors. Boston and the country are clear that hate has no place in our society.
No, it's
what
not.
What does it have to do with hate, though? It's just strictly facts, right? Strictly facts that, you know, I don't even really know if I know many Somalian people, not for nothing. And if I did, I'd shake their hand, say hello. They'd be I'm not going to raise their flag on my fucking, you know, city hall, dude. Like that's just ridiculous, dude. You know what I mean? We're going a little way too far. We're going way too far when it comes to that.
It's not hate, it's fact. Okay, the Somali people, was there like a Somali immigrant riding side saddle with Paul Revere? Was there like a Somali immigrant batting fifth behind Ted Williams? I don't think so. Somali people just got here. They have nothing to do with the city of Boston, which was founded in like 1620. They did the same thing in Columbus, Ohio. They did the same thing in Buffalo, New York. So it's happening everywhere. And then in Newburyport, which is a small town on the coast north of the city of Boston, there is a local HOA that is preventing people from hanging American flags this week because apparently it upsets birds and their migratory path. I don't know if you've heard about this, but it sounds like people in Massachusetts have got a real problem with the American flag.
Well, you know, the moon bats are all over the place here, you know, so these people, they don't know any better. They think they're right. They think they have the moral authority, and you have to correct them in everything they say, what they mean. They have their own lexicon. So I've been dealing with these nitwits for a long time. Okay, I was on Michelle Wu's hit list when she had the enemies list along with 17 other people. These people, you can't trust them. You can never trust these people with your kids, your security, your wallet, and they'll never stop. Their job is to wipe out everybody in Boston.
And by the way, she's not even from Boston. She's from Chicago. She went to college at Harvard. That's her Boston connection. Robert Burke, listen, great to have you on. I got to admit, I missed the accent a little.
Man, dude, what a fucking enraging situation that is, right? And so, all right, well, let me stop sharing now. I'm gonna go to the next video that I'm gonna show you, and then we're gonna talk about this real quick, and then I'll show you that video. Okay. Boom. So check this out, right? And if you're watching me on Facebook, definitely hit the hearts, definitely hit the likes. And if you want, you could switch over to start watching me on YouTube. I'd greatly appreciate it. I am now streaming to both platforms at the same time, and I have people watching me on both places at the same time, as you can see in the chat. I believe if you guys can see it, then you can see it. If not, I can see it. There's Facebook emblems next to the Facebook comments and YouTube emblems next to the YouTube comments. But like this one right here, if you can see it, Facebook. Amen. Stephen Comiskey. What's up, man? How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on, chat? Yo, so this thing, all right, first of all, it's this I don't even know if I could say this correctly, right? The semi-cinquentennial something, whatever, right? The 250th anniversary of our country in America. This woman decides to fucking make it the Somali flag raising day. Now, this is a thing where the Democrats and Republicans are like at a war with each other above the rest of the country, right? I feel like there's a lot of people that are involved and invested in this shit. Like, most people that watch my channel have some type of political leanings one way or the other. I can't really envision too many people agreeing with the Democratic Party at this point, just because it's so outlandish to any like true person from this country. Doesn't matter what color you are. If you were born here, it's like she's offensive to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, it just blows my fucking mind. I don't like that woman at all. But there was a point that I fucking missed, man. I was gonna bring it up to after, and I can't remember. But you know what? They pretty much explained it is they put all the points out there, dude. That shit is fucked up. I would not vote for her. Never vote for that woman. I don't understand anybody who did. But anyways, right? So check it out. This is a video. Let me put it up on the stage. This is a video. Wu runs the city like she hates it. Well, I think she runs it like she knows she's never gonna get it again. You know what I mean? Maybe she'll have a place in another city, and that's what she's trying to aim for. Like, she's trying to put on her Democratic fucking, we don't give a shit. We'll do whatever it takes to be a thorough, solid Democrat, even if it means, shitting on the American flag the day of the 250th birthday of it. You know what I mean? Like, so if she's willing to do that, man, is whatever the Democratic Party goes with, she's gonna go with. You know what I mean? I truly believe that that is so ridiculously offensive, and she just went with it. So what else is she willing to go do? You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I'm not really a political fucking person. I don't get into the politics like that. Politics, they're beyond me. I feel like it's all a bunch of fake. From what we see, it's lies, it's fake. And this is probably the opinion of the rest of America. It has no substance. Like, I mean, yeah, everybody uses it. YouTubers use it to get news, like me live streaming. I pick up news. I take the facts from it. But what they choose to report on and how they choose to report on it, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a factual situation, but they're putting a different light on it. And a lot of times they do it, I feel like, subliminally too. So it's like you're like subliminally sending messages, brainwashing America. You know what I mean? Things that people don't even understand what they're seeing, But check this out. This is the video of the shooting in Dorchester on, I believe what street was this one? This is George Street, I think. This is George Street shooting, I think, where 6 people got shot here. The sound goes out for a second, but it comes right back. You can see this. Fireworks.
Your friends are my friends.
I guess this was really close to where the shooting was, but it's hard to tell. Oh, good look, Sean. I appreciate that. $2, man. Thank you. Those go a long way, bro. And if you have a question that you definitely want answered, definitely put it in a super chat so I can see it. If there, it depends on how many people are here, how many comments are coming through. It's hard to see sometimes. But what up, everybody? What's up, Sean? Until they ban insider trading for themselves, they are all crooked. Nancy Pelosi's worth $600 million. I mean, any politician who's worth $600 million should never be a politician again. Once you have that much money, you cannot be trusted. I don't think, anyway. Just look at what, I don't know, man. And I'm not trying to get into that whole crazy political fucking shit, but it's definitely a mess. But check it out. This is Boston. This is the crowd in Boston. Hold on one second. Someone's calling me right now. Obviously, they don't know I'm live, so get with it, people. Anyways, right? So check it out. This is the video in Boston. Hold up. Oh shit, did I stop sharing that shit? Yeah, I did. Hold on. Share screen. Boom. All right, here we go. This is Boston. This is like the good part. This is the part you're not going to see unless you go on Instagram looking for it yourself. The positive shit. Hey, and salute to New Edition, by the way, right? They just created this new street in Boston. Hey, hit the like button, send this out to somebody, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this. I want to know what you think about this, right? New Edition Street, or New Edition Way in Roxbury, Massachusetts, where New Edition came from. That's pretty cool. I just thought that I would share that with you guys because I thought it was pretty dope, man. But check this out. This is a cop he's trying to arrest somebody, right? Hold on. This dude's trying to arrest somebody, right? He can't get the job done. And meanwhile, everybody in the hood, this is in Dorchester as well, is throwing bottles at him, water, firecrackers. Like, check this out. Watch this shit. It's just hilarious, dude. Hold on. What was it? Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. Okay. Share this down. Go over here. There we go. Hold up. There's no sound to it. So you could just look at it, but it's pretty crazy. Look at they're throwing water on him from behind. This dude's just kind of wrestling with him. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, and he's sitting there. It's like, where's his partners? Where's his backup? Why is he alone just trying to arrest this dude, right? This shit was chaos out there. I'm glad I went to fucking where I went to. I'm not even going to say it, but I had a good time, man. I had one of the best times in 4th of July. And you know what's crazy? So about this, right? Boston threw the biggest or one of the biggest ever 4th of July parties there ever was, right? This has sound. Let's watch this. Hold on. Make sure it's right. They threw one of the biggest in history, right? For the 250th birthday of America, they threw this huge, huge party, right? 500,000 people were expected at events across Boston. Not one shooting happened there. All the shootings happened in Dorchester and Roxbury at all block parties, house parties, and neighborhood cookouts, right? Not one shooting happened in these huge fucking things, right? And now it's kind of weird to look at, like, okay, so no shootings happened in this huge congested area, but you know, all these shootings happened in this, like, you know, within a matter of a couple hours, in a little like space. You know, Dorchester and Roxbury are connected. They're pretty close together, and all these people just get shot and then it's just done. It's like, but even before that, though, on Saturday, I actually have a story to share with you about Saturday, the day before that in Massachusetts, where like the shootings all started that day. It was on Saturday. It was not when you think it was. It was Saturday. So hold on one second. Let me show you this. This is the semi-cinquentennial or whatever the hell it's called. So that was that, right? So check it out though, right? Now, remember when I said it wasn't just about Boston, that it was about everywhere? So I have the reports from every single city that had mass shootings in the United States on the 4th of July. And like I said, there was 43 people killed last night, or on 4th of July. There was 43 people killed across the US over the 4th of July weekend, right? 43 people. That's kind of crazy over one weekend. You know what I mean? Just, it's like an excuse. What's that movie? What was that movie where they all got a pass to just go around and just start killing people? And like, it was like one night to do whatever they wanted. What was that movie called? I forget the name of it, but I wish I remembered. Yeah, it was dope, bro. Right, Stevie, bro? Like, man, they went all out on that firework display, man. You seen that guy that shot a gun out of the end of his thing? That was all like drones. They were using drones. That's crazy. That's awesome to me, man. The Purge. You're right. The Purge, bro. That shit was like the fucking Purge the other night, dude. Like 4th of July. We should just call it the Purge. Fuck 4th of July, the birthday of our country. We're just going to call it the Purge. Get out. This is your birthday present. Go do whatever the hell you want. Get it all out of your system. Come Monday morning, do it again. You're getting arrested. I mean, I don't know if they're going to arrest many people anyways, dude. It doesn't seem like they got a handle on the situation, right? Because if they did, check it out. You know how quick they would be to be putting people's faces all over the news? Like, this is the guy who did it. This is the guy who died. This is why it happened. Gang violence, gang violence, gang violence. The news would be chopping that shit to pieces if the police knew there would be leaks, there would be news, there would be all of that. They'd be slandering gang members, blah, blah, blah. A lot of them, they say, report back to earlier gun violence, like earlier gang violence, where it's a retaliation thing that happened earlier, like a shooting days before, and then boom, on 4th of July, they came back for retaliation. And there's a few cases of that I seen. But let's check out some of these instances, bro, right? 5 killed, 23 hurt in least violent year ever. How about this, right? We are over here bitching about our 2 dead and 11 injured, right? Check out Chicago. Let's see what Chicago's got going on. Hold on. Let me share this screen to you. You're going to be fucking shocked. Absolutely fucking shocked. All right. So this is Chicago. Chicago Sun-Times, dude, right? 5 killed, 23 hurt in the least violent 4th of July weekend in at least 7 years, right? 5 people were killed and 23 were hospitalized, and they're cheering like, yes, we did it. Our city's saved. It's better. Like, yo, and we're over here like, oh my God, Mayor Wu's the death of us all, right? Man, there's worse out there. Trust me. Chicago saw its least violent 4th of July weekend in at least 7 years, continuing a 2-year decline in violent crimes during the Independence Day weekend. Wait till you see the numbers on these other ones, right? 5 people were killed, 23 people were hospitalized in shootings, assaults or stabbings throughout the city between 5 p.m. Thursday and 5 a.m. Monday. According to the Chicago Police Department, that's down from the 9 people killed and 40 injured during last year's 4th of July weekend, and 19 killed and 86 people injured during the same weekend in 2024. Moving on up. Jeez, man, that city is fucking crazy, dude. You ever seen Brandon Buckingham when he goes out there? That dude actually does some pretty good videos, Brandon Buckingham. I like that guy. So this is right here. This is Philadelphia. I shared this to you, right? Yeah. Philadelphia. So this is Philadelphia's little weekend, right? So July 4th shootings, 2 dead, 6 others injured across Philadelphia. Let's watch this.
Welcome in. We're taking a live look now at the Ben Franklin Parkway on your Sunday. Good day, everyone. It is Sunday, July 5th, 2026. I'm Shayna Ferreira. So glad you're starting off your morning with us. 8 o'clock on the dot. Good to see you, Drew Anderson.
Great to see you. All right, let's let everyone in on what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We were talking about Mickey D's breakfast burritos.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't give a flying fuck
back in the
either.
day.
Back in the day, they were being nostalgic. We're not in the hundreds today.
Okay.
Where the fuck is this?
It down the shore.
The boardwalk was intense.
Wow.
So don't be too jealous. It wasn't
That's
much of a
great point.
breeze.
The boards are going to be hot, like we see right there as we look live down those boards. It is hot on the boards, but right on the water,
It'll be good. And there will be a sea breeze this afternoon. So you get the vibe. It's cloudy.
Okay, right here.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I saw inland, like the second you got off the beach.
Yeah.
Some of
There's
the
a win. Sun is up.
it is up at we're not in the
Yesterday was I was in Ocean City.
I saw that. I was jealous.
But don't be too jealous because it was hotter in Ocean City than it was Philadelphia.
Yo, these people suck, bro. Talk about hiding the fucking or burying the lead, dude. Right? This is about the shootings on 4th of July, and you fucking bury it, dude. What is wrong with you? I would never watch this news channel. All right, here we go.
Due to approaching severe weather, all persons should move quickly and calmly to the nearest exit.
It was a great time, but the weather's approaching. We got to get out of here.
Oh, it was a great time. And actually, it was a great time even after the delay because the show resumed after midnight with The Roots, Meek Mill, Will Smith, and others hitting the stage, followed by a beautiful fireworks display. Now, the big thing, though, Shayna, was the fact that the headliner, Christina Aguilera, she actually didn't have an opportunity to perform. But overall, been hearing very positive things for even folks that stayed out late, seen some videos. And this area was absolutely packed, even at 2 and 3 a.m. for those performers.
All right. Very good stuff. It looks like Philly partied well. All right, Greg. Thanks so much. Just about 8:06 on your Sunday before the storms rolled in. Thousands of people packed the beaches in Ocean City to celebrate the 4th of July. There you go. There you go. Sunshine, warm temperatures, and a holiday weekend brought crowds to the shore with families, friends, and visitors making the most of the beach despite the heat and the crowds. And I can tell you firsthand, I was
Dude, these people suck. I couldn't even hear anything about the shooting the whole time. That's what this thing's labeled.
Yeah, but
shooting.
even as the weather
Fucking 4th of
changed.
July. Fuck you. I'm not sharing no more. That news channel sucks, huh? Yeah. They don't need, dude. They buried the lead so far in it or so deep in it, I can't even find it. The title of the video is named Shootings in Philadelphia. Like, why would you ever do that? Anyways, right? So let's get to the next one. Oh, this one's sick right here, bro. This one's sick. This is a mass shooting. So this is about a mass shooting that happened. Okay. Right here. Hold on, share. This is a mass shooting right here that happened in Coney Island, I believe it was. Hold on, let me look at this real quick. Kids were screaming. Coney Island, New York, right? A mass shooting took place. I don't know if this video right here is actually the one called. Yeah, it is. So hold on. Let me put the noise on. And turn it back.
Developing now in Coney Island, the person who shot 4 kids and 4 adults at a 4th of July barbecue is still on the run. The NYPD is investigating if this could be connected to a gang-related killing that happened earlier in the same week on the same block. News 4's Axel Tercios spoke to family members of the victims.
We know 7 of the victims are expected to recover, but a 21-year-old woman who was shot in the chest is in critical condition.
When I came downstairs, all my grands got shot. I'm just going crazy right now.
A family gathering turning into chaos. This woman says her grandchildren were shot.
They in the hospital. We were just having a party for the kids.
People running, people screaming, kids are screaming.
The shooting happened in the courtyard of this building on 30th Street and Surf Avenue in Coney Island at around 10:30 Saturday night.
An unknown male dressed in all black and wearing a black ski mask approached the fence line along Surf Avenue and fired multiple rounds into the courtyard.
The wounded, 4 adults and 4 children, ages 6, 7, 12, and 14.
The 6-year-old might lose his legs.
It was like 5 or 10 gunshots.
What was your reaction when you realized there were shots?
I ran. I literally ran, dropped my phone, and ran.
Sunday, the family was cleaning the mess left behind. Cops were still in the area.
There is no place for this kind of violence in our city.
A firearm was recovered at the scene. The shooter is still on the run. Police have not released a description. Police say there is no indication of any altercation or argument before the shooting. There is an open investigation. In Coney Island, I'm Axel Tercios, News 4, New York.
Damn, man. So that's a mass shooting. That's crazy. I fucking hate to hear about that shit. Share this tab instead. Violence erupts at 4th of July celebrations in Compton. 3 dead, 4 injured. That's the headlines in Compton. 3 people were killed and 4 others were injured during 2 separate 4th of July celebrations in Compton over the weekend. Let's see the headlines in and this is San Antonio, I believe. Hold on. 15 killed, 5 others injured in 4th of July shooting in East Side of what? Several people were detained for questioning. San Antonio PD. Okay. Several people were detained for questioning. Among the 5 injured were 2 girls, ages 5 and 12. Jeez, man. San Antonio, an 18-year-old man was killed and 5 others, including 2 children, were injured in a shooting on the East Side, according to the San Antonio Police Department. Man, bro, a 5-year-old and a 12-year-old. Oh my God, bro. Like, upon arrival, police said officers found multiple people with apparent gunshot wounds outside the complex. Man, damn, dude, that's crazy. That's okay. Let's check out the Facebook post about it. There's a Facebook post on this. Okay, what's going on? All right, let me make sure this is sharing. All right, yeah. Boom. San Antonio police officers are actively working a scene involving several victims on the east side near Lamar Street. As we learn more, we will provide updates. Updated at approximately 11:30 p.m. on the corner of Lamar Street and Mittman Street. 3 suspects were walking and shot a gun towards an apartment complex. There was possibly an exchange of gunfire, resulting in 6 people shot, including a suspect. 1 person is deceased. All individuals were transported to hospital, 2 of which were children under the age of 12. God bless, man. This is Detroit. 5 people shot. 5 shot in a neighborhood 4th of July party on Mount Clemens. 5 people, including 2 juveniles, were shot during an annual block party in Mount Clemens late Saturday night. Some neighbors told Local 4 they heard more than a dozen shots, while others were stunned and thought they were simply fireworks. This right here, Mayor Tucker. So hold on. Mayor Tucker issues statement following a string of Fort Wayne shootings. Okay, so this is a mayor talking to the city about a string of shootings that happened in her city. That, I don't know. These are her words to her people. I want to hear what she has to say. Hold on.
I want the community to blow up our phone on this so that we can find who is the individual that shot in a house and injured 2 babies.
2 children among the more than a dozen injured or killed in Fort Wayne shootings since Sunday. Across 3 shootings, 2 people were killed, 11 more have been injured.
Today, the Fort Wayne Police Department tells us they are investigating all 3 shootings, and the mayor condemns this rash of violence. Wayne 15's Ethan Dolan spoke with Mayor Tucker and police. He joins us now. So, Ethan, what is the latest in these shooting investigations?
Right now, in all 3 cases, police are not sharing suspect information as they worry it would compromise the investigations, starting with the most recent shooting, which left—
You know what's crazy? And I'm not going to get into this whole story because it's not even about Boston. And it's just, I just want to share the headlines across the country, right? I'm going to share this one now. July celebration shooting during takeover in Florida. Okay, the next one's about a takeover in Florida. But with this situation here, hold on. What did you just say that I was going to say?
Starting with the most recent shooting, which
I was just about to say something about this. Damn. Oh, they're not going to share information about these shootings that happened, right? So same thing in 4th of July in Boston, right? You know that the police hit the block and they had to have talked to 100 people. There's definitely a few people who've seen shit and are snitching, right? They have to know some of what's going on, but they're not sharing nothing. That's the same thing that's happening right here in Boston. Let's go to Florida. Boom. Florida, July 4th celebration ends in deadly mass shooting during teen takeover in Florida. Police say 1 person died and 6 others were injured in a targeted shooting after a 4th of July celebration. Pensacola, Florida, an investigation is underway after a mass shooting during a teen takeover of the weekend left 1 person dead and at least 6 others injured. According to officials, the shooting happened following a 4th of July celebration in downtown Pensacola. Police said a 19-year-old man was killed while at least 6 other people were taken to the hospitals with injuries. Jeez, man. This one right here is my favorite. Oh my God. I'm going to let you see this picture first because this is hilarious. Yo, tell me that's not a fucking spear. Did someone just make a spear in their neighborhood and use it as a weapon. That is fucking great. I commend you. It's a bunch of straight savages in that neighborhood, bro. You know that. This motherfucker took the time to tie like a fucking straight up steak knife to an end of a stick. And was like, you could tell he was hitting shit with it because look at the end. It's a little pointed. They said police recovered that during a screen of the area. It says teens and adult charged in July 4th incident in North Charleston, South Carolina, right? NCPD responded to juveniles reportedly shooting fireworks at cars that resulted in multiple arrests and left 2 officers injured. The North Charleston Police Department has released information after a permitted 4th of July block party turned violent in the Chicora Cherokee community and gained social media attention. Police say the trouble began around 8:30 p.m. Saturday when officers received reports of gunfire and people launching fireworks at passing cars. Attendees reportedly told officers that several individuals had started shooting firearms. Despite repeated police announcements to end the event and orders for the crowd to disperse, multiple fights broke out and more shots were fired, police said. Police said that when officers stepped in to restore order, they were physically attacked. 2 women officers were left with minor injuries. Police said officers recovered multiple firearms and makeshift spear. Yo, I can't wait till the body footage comes out of all these things on 4th of July. It's fucking crazy. This is one of the biggest celebrations they ever had for 4th of July, by the way. And that's why I could say probably all these deaths happened. But look at Chicago. Hey, they're doing good up there. Only 7 people dead. And they could have had 19 like 2 years ago, you know? So they're doing good up there, I guess. Anyone with information or video shootings, go kill yourself because we don't care. Hold up. This is AG's. Hold on. This is Shay Thompson. AG's office. Man dies by suicide. So during me waiting for this live, right? A viewer, and thank you to my viewer. I'm gonna go look at that viewer's name real quick. Hold up. Oh, and good looks for the new member, Valerie. Appreciate you. I'm gonna go look at this new viewer's name. He said, okay, so it was Andrew Crooks. He said it was a crazy weekend. Also, 2 shot, and the dude turned the gun on himself down Hampton Beach, legit 30 seconds from my house. This is gonna be a good episode. I can feel it. I appreciate you, bro. I put a lot of work into these episodes, despite the fact that it seems today as if I can't string the fucking words together, right? So let me tell you a little bit about what's going on with me before I even continue this story, right? I'm going to take this off the screen and tell you about this story in a second, right? Hold on. Matter of fact, let me finish this story and then I'll tell you about what's going on with me because I have a lot of shit. I can't lie. I'm fucking aggravated. I'm mad. I'm depressed. I'm fucking pissed off a lot right now. And I'll tell you in a second, but hold up. This is you're shooting suicide, like a mass shooting suicide in Hampton Beach. Hold on. And that's what my boy B. Luke. Salute to my man B. Luke, man. He went down there. I think it was Hampton Beach he went to. Did a scorpion shot. I seen him on Facebook. Salute.
Jessica Paul says this 4th of July weekend was slower in Hampton.
Now it's like I have to find a way to recoup this money.
Sunday, police told the owner of Sabo's Subs they were investigating a shooting in her parking lot.
The first was the beginning of our 7-day opening. And the 4th of July is our biggest on the beach. Everybody, it's our biggest moneymaker day. And it's just kind of a flop.
The Attorney General's office says officers responded around 1:20 this morning to Ocean Boulevard. That's where they found a 23-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman shot. Police later found 21-year-old Tyshawn Cooper from Taylors, South Carolina. Cooper shot himself in the head while an officer fired a gunshot at the same time.
New Hampshire is a nice place. I like the state, but it just makes me more cautious about what to do, where to go, maybe where not to go.
Visitors to the area say this all was a violent shock.
Blue lights flash and it woke me up. I heard some yelling, then I hear bang, 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 bang.
The Attorney General's office notes the officer didn't cause Cooper's death. Hall says she feels like the beach town has taken a violent turn.
It does seem to be more and more every year. It just seems to increase a little bit, but we handle it the best we can up here.
As we do everywhere else too, you fucking knucklehead. So I showed you that already. What the fuck is that? What was that? So what was I about to get at here? Um, California, right? And first, let me address this comment real quick. So California, all right, the gun laws, right? Hey, what about your gun laws in the US? Sorry, but honestly, I think that's through to most cases, right? And let me just say, technically, I agree with you a little bit, right? I don't want to live in any country where the government has more guns than our people do, right? I don't want to be in a one-sided country. But I do think that in England, in the UK, where guns are outlawed, I think aren't knives outlawed there too? Like, isn't knives outlawed in the UK, which is crazy to me? But yeah, they outlaw weapons, and so there's rarely ever shootings there. I mean, people do get illicit guns, and they're like king of the fucking hill over there. But um, does it? I would like to know. Like, I would like to know how that works out in UK and how people feel about it. Because it's, to be honest, oh, you're from Germany. Okay, Germany. You know what's cool, Valerie, is I actually learned to speak German when I was in prison. Hey, I can say something dirty too. I remember some dirty shit too. Let me see if you know what I'm saying. Nishatz sollen wir heute nach ein wenig stopsen. Do you know what that means? You're half Irish. I'm Irish too. What's up, baby? Yeah, you can get a year in jail for having a knife in public in England. Holy crap, bro. That is absolutely insane. So, so if you have any type of self-defense weapons on you at all, what about a steel pipe or like a crowbar? Can you get in trouble for that? Like, it's so crazy to me. I think like any man, woman, and child on this planet should have the right to own anything that anybody else has the right to own. That's what I believe. But I also believe that, maybe all these deaths, they're not that bad of a thing. We need people to die in this country and this world, right? If nobody ever died, we would have so many people in this world, we wouldn't have enough to take care of everybody. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, good, so let's go kill some people and take care of the problem. I'm just saying that, these things are natural. It feels like a natural state of human affairs for us to kind of like, have these violent outbursts and kill off some of the population. And, it's been happening since the beginning of time, wars and fights. They're all the same thing. If you think about it, it's a disagreement over something and you decide to take it to a physical level, right? But you'll catch a bid for a fingernail clipper over there. Yo, we're fucking for real, bro. Like, man, I would not want to live in the UK, like, just because, like, damn, man. What if someone in your neighborhood gets one of those fake or one of those like guns, like the ghost guns, they know how to make them or something, and you can't have any access to not even a knife. That dude, all of a sudden, he don't like you anymore. And now he fucking wants to come for you. What are you gonna do? What do you do? You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, if you don't have protection and other people have a way to oppose, then what do? We have knives here. Oh, okay, you got knives in Germany, but Germany's a little different. Do you have guns in Germany? And by the way, let me just say, salute to Germany. It's my first German member, I believe. And definitely go check out all the members only videos that I have, Valerie, because there's so many of good videos I have on my members only. Oh, you do have guns. Okay. So what are your gun laws that make it so different, make it so much better? I'd have to look into that. German gun laws. My computer's about to die. I do have the charger for it. Let me plug it in, actually. All right. Let me look up German gun laws. Okay. Let me share this tab to you. Let me share this tab to you instead. German gun laws. Okay, gun ownership in Germany is highly regulated by the German Weapons Act. Citizens must obtain a firearms ownership card or Waffenbesitzkarte. Applicants must pass background checks, prove a legitimate need, hunting or sport shooting, complete extensive training and psychological technical tests, right? Let me just say this, right? There's no fucking way to really police guns in America. First of all, we have ghost guns, which are untraceable guns that you can make with 3D printers. They sell them to anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a fucking terrorist or if you're just a regular old citizen of the United States. I killed off the German gun laws because I'm just thinking in my head, there's nothing that I can learn from that will teach me something about my own country. Because I already know that this country is so flooded with weapons that there would be no fucking way other than a civil war to get them out of here. And that's a fact. There is not most of the gun owners and gun rights people in this country will go to war. They would choose war right now if they had a choice, but would like to go to war. Like they just like are waiting on it or something. Like something's going to happen and they're going to be like, yes, it's time to fucking do what I've been training for. Like these are nutcases, man. And like they might not have the wrong idea because it's going to probably come to war at some point, I would say, because just look at the state of affairs of things. So many people are disagreeing over so many hard facts, right? Democratic and Republican Party itself could cause such a rift that I could see some type of war coming from that. It's already some type of war. It's like a Cold War in the government. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's about an hour that I've been on here. I'm probably going to tap out soon. Think if I live in the US, I'd probably get a gun myself. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. And it's as long as you're a responsible gun owner, let's just put this out there. I'm on probation. I cannot own a gun. I do not own a gun, right? I do have a knife. I don't carry it on me because my biggest weapon and my only weapon that I rely on completely and 100% every single day, and you can mark my word on that, is the Lord Jesus Christ himself. I use nothing else for my protection. And every time I need strength, I lean on him, such as times like this. And I'm going to tell you what's going on me because I told you I would, right? So I've been smoking tons of like hella weed, bro. I'm talking about maybe a half ounce a day. And I was, basically smoking, I think, to kind of like do the same thing I did with dope. And now I quit. So 2 days I've been without smoking weed. Yeah, I haven't really, not just that though, right? So let me tell you how it all kind of like started, right? I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's God involved. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure yet. And I'm in a weird place in my head, but I'm at one of those like, on the line of fuck it's type thing. Like I'm walking the line of fuck it's where if something does happen, I probably knock a motherfucker out, but I won't because I know what it will happen. Like, I'm just like, I feel like, I'm just very frustrated, bro. Like I put in so much work on this channel. I feel like I do so much to improve myself. I put in so much work, bro. And I feel like I'm not getting where I want to get. And that's comparing myself. You know what I mean? You compare yourself to other creators, other people doing the same thing as you, but you're not as good. Like, why am I not getting the traction that other people are getting doing shittier fucking work than me, right? Doesn't make sense. Maybe it's my titles, maybe it's my thumbnails, maybe it's my personality. I don't fucking know, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, anyways, bro, I quit smoking weed. I woke up on July 5th. I didn't drink. I didn't do nothing. All I do was smoke weed, right? Period. And that's a fact, right? Yeah, my head is clear. My head is clear. Okay, baby. But so I wake up on July 5th. I went swimming the day before, did a bunch of things the day before, and I think I swallowed some water or something. I don't know, but I woke up early July 5th. I didn't feel good. but I didn't know how bad it was going to be yet. So I took my dose early in the morning because I get take homes. So I go out, I take my dose, but as soon as I swallowed it, I started realizing like I'm really nauseous right now. I started sweating. I was like fucked up, like I was sick. I threw my dose up. So for the last 2 days, I've only taken a half a dose, like total. And I'm kind of running on. I feel like I'm like, like I got the sweatshirt on. I'm fucking all like, I don't know. I just feel like an asshole right now, dude. And I feel like quitting methadone. I feel like walking off right now and never going back. I feel like, I'm only on 66 milligrams. I want to go get the shot. I don't want to be connected to this anymore. I know how methadone is affecting me. I might have to do a whole nother episode on that, man. Okay. Oh, you did? All right, Kenny. Oh, Kenny, good thing you're here, bro. I need your information so I can get in touch with you so we can talk about that situation in Bridgewater, bro. Send me your email or whatever you got to send me right now so that I can talk to you off of here. But yeah, bro, I don't want anybody sit out there acting like they're worried about me or nothing like that. It's nothing. Like, it's just, it's just, I'm going through a period of what I feel like I need change. I need something to change, right? So I'm going to start changing some stuff. If you don't change, nothing changes. And I realize that. And I'm not happy at the way I am right now. Definitely not. Not knowing where my next, my next check is going to come from. Like, I need to have this consistent. I can't take spot jobs. And like, I feel stressed out. I'm constantly chasing the life I want, but never attaining it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm putting in the work and I'm not quitting. And we'll see what happens with that. Even at the worst times, bro. I did not feel like going live tonight, but I'm here. But if you're on Facebook watching, hit that heart for me. If you're on YouTube watching, hit the like button. I hope everybody enjoyed this live tonight and, got some information out of it. Some entertainment, had a good time. That's what it's about. We'll have those fucking moments, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I don't think I've ever really felt exactly what I'm feeling right now, which is kind of like, like I can't say it, dude. I don't even know what the fuck it is. Aggravation, frustration that other people seem to have such an easy time finding the American dream, and mine is just a nightmare at this point. But I can't say that. I'm fucking totally being ungrateful. What I have is I have a baby daughter to be grateful for. I have a wife to be grateful for. I have a home and a roof over my head. I do have money in my pocket. I can go buy food. These are things to really be grateful for, bro, because without those things, you could truly be miserable, Yeah, absolutely, bro. P-Noop. Yeah, smash that like button. I don't mean to bring everybody down on the way out, bro. That shit's whack, dude. But yeah, man. God bless, bro. Everything will be straight, as it always is. I've been through worse. Big facts. Been through much worse. And I'm a soldier, bro. I've made it through so much. Nobody knows the true extent of what I fucking made it through and how I made it through it, bro. I'm a straight up soldier, bro. I'm a fucking warrior. W number out.